me and welcome aboard. I'm going to show you I will say brand new project, a brand new product. It was introduced in November last year and it is not finished yet. It was introduced like MVP, not most valuable professional, but minimum viable product, and it is developed each and every week. We have a new functionality. So for today, I will show you what we have present. First of all, be aware of something, that Microsoft project for the web, as it says, Microsoft project for the web. So there is no way to download it and to put it on your desktop, laptop, or whatever. There is no such a thing like, for example, if we compare Microsoft Project Online and Project Desktop, then we have desktop version, which can be connected to Project Online or Project Server Online. This is not the case here. So you can find here in your Office 365 account, if you have if you plan A3 or A5, your project icon, and then we are here. We are in project. What you can see here is basically nothing. You should create new project. The best way to create new project is to click on new blank project, and then you landed at the first page, which is about Microsoft project for the web. First, I will show you step by step how to create a simple project. First of all, you should give your project a name. So basically, it is untitled project, but I will call it my first project. Okay, I will assign a project manager, and I will say, for example, that it will be started yesterday, Monday 14th. And that's it. You can see that percentage of complete of my project is 0 because I have no task, no completion, no nothing. And now I'm ready. Basically, I'm ready to making my new project. So I will click here and at close. And you can see that I have 3 possible views. I have grid view, which I am in now. I have a board view, which I will explain later. And I have timeline view. If I go to the grid view, I can here adjust how it will look like. For example, I can hide a column. Basically, I have name assigned to whom is task or tasks are assigned, duration, and I can add some columns. Currently, you can see that I have limited number of columns, but since last week, and it was not on my tenant yet, Microsoft introduced some custom fields which can be added as you wish, text fields, date fields, whatever you want. But for now, we have only those. Percentage of complete, bucket, depends after, depends on, and so on. And now I will configure this view, grid view, with some further columns. Like, for example, I will put here start, and I will put here finish, and I will put here, for example, which is very important for me, depends on. Now I have I configured my my Microsoft project, and now I'm going to add a task. To add a task, I just have a click on it, and I will say this is my, let's say, summary task or phase 1. After that, I will say task 1 of phase 1, task 2 of phase 2, task 3 of, phase 1, and I will also correct this one, which will be phase 1. And now I will say phase 1 completed, because it is going to be my milestone. What I'm going to do now is I will go and select all those tasks. I will right click on it and I will say make subtasks. When I will do that, as a result, this phase 1 will be a summary task for all those tasks which are selected, task 1, task 2, task 3, and phase 1 completed. So I will say make subtask, and you can see that this is my summary task under which are all tasks which belongs to this phase 1. Now I can put duration, okay? And if I put the duration, I will say this task will be 1 day long, this will be 2 day long, this will be 3 day long, and this will be 0. Why? Because phase 1 completed is milestone. Okay, now you can see that after I put all those durations, I see my start date and my finish date. So basically this phase is from now on supposed to start on 14th of September, and it should be finished on 16th of September. Those, you can see that task 2 is about to be finished today, but those which are marked as red are a clearly sign that you are late on these tasks. From now on, I'm not late because I just created tasks, which I'm going to show you now in timeline view, which are all in the same line. But of course, when you are dealing with project, they should have some dependency. So I can say that task 2 depends on, and now I can say here that it is dependent on. I will start with just, you will see, I will start to type T, E, and I will, it will make suggestion that I can choose between task 1 and task 3. So here, and you will see that then it will be start date and end date is going to be changed. Or if I want, I can go to timeline and I can just, with my mouse, grab the end date of task 2 and put it on the start date, sorry, of task 3. And I will have exactly the same thing as I typed task 3 here. And let's say that I want that my milestone is finished after task 3, and I will just, with my mouse, put it here, and I will have what I wanted. So in the timeline, in the grid view, we have, you know, something which is not so nice to see. The nicer thing of your project can be seen here in a timeline view, where you basically can see a Gantt chart. Okay, Gantt chart, which are all project managers are used to see it on Microsoft project if they are familiar with. But in the grid view, you have a much more fields to fulfill. For example, now I want to now I know that task 1 will start here at 14th of September yesterday, and the whole phase will be ended at 21st of September. But also what I need is resources. To assign resource to a specific task, I can here click and start to write name. I will say Mary. And in my tenant, in my Office 365 tenant, I already have defined my resources. So I cannot, for example, let me see, I cannot put here David if I want. I can start with David here. Okay, David. but it will say no result found. Why? Because those resources cannot be defined here. After I choose, let's say John, which I have, I know that I have it. If I click on here, on him, I will be asked about one thing and one thing only. Do you want to create a new group, or you want to use group which already exists? So you cannot have your resources which are unassigned, which don't belong to group, Microsoft group. So I'm not going to create a group, but instead of that, I will go here to group members, and I will say I don't want to create group, I want to add a group. And I will say that I will choose my group, which I already created, which is project for the web group. So when will you create group, or you will choose existing one? It's up to you. If you want to have a separate group, which means separate planner, separate teams, separate mailing list, separate whatever group group provides you, then you will have a separate group for separate project. From my point of view, I'm using just one group because I'm writing a blog. And each and every week I have a new example. And for each and every example, I don't want to use separate groups because as a case of that, I will have hundreds and hundreds of groups. So for my purpose, I will use existing project for the web group. And I will say add. Now I can go and I can say Mary. And after I click to Mary, all group members are going to be shown here. So myself, Alan, Jim, John, Paula, Peter, and of course, Tim. They are members of my group. And I will say that I need Mary and Alan to work on that. So when I say that, I know that Mary and Ellen are going to work. And if I go to here to details for any task, I can go to the details and I can see here, I will see that complete effort is 16 hours. Let me show you here. Here, I will assign John and I will assign Jim. Now I need 32 hours. Why? John and Jim are going to work by default 8 hours per day. So John is going to work 16 hours, first day 8 hours, second day 8 hours, and Jim also. So basically the total effort is 32 hours. And I have here, let's say that I'm going to Nenad, and there's going to work with me, Peter. Okay, and let's say Alan again. So now I have 3 days. Each person is going to work 3 days. So it means that each person is going to work 24 hours in total, which means that 24 hours multiplied by 3 persons is 72 hours. Okay, and that's it. In phase 1 completed, I'm not going to assign anyone because this is only a milestone. What is board? In a board, you can see that I can group it by bucket, group it by to whom it is assigned to. So phase 1 is unassigned. Task 3, phase 1 completed task is unassigned. Task 3 is assigned to me. To Ellen, she has task 1 and task 3. Jim has task 2 and John task 2 as well. So if you want to see for each person their tasks, you should use group by assigned to. You can also group by finish date, so you can see this task is late, this task is going to be should be finished tomorrow, and those tasks should be finished next week. I can group also by progress, and you will see that none of my tasks are already started. Why? Because I just created my project, but I didn't put any real work on it, so percentage of completed or something like that. But most important thing here and most useful thing is, I don't say that I wouldn't say that those grouped by assigned to, progress, or finish date are not useful, is bucket. What is bucket? I can say that here, instead of bucket 1, this is something which will be called design. I will create bucket development, and I will create another one which is going to be testing. Now I can say that task 1 is design, but task 2 is going to be on development, and task 3 is going to be on testing. What will change in my grid view or in my timeline view? Nothing. By moving tasks around different buckets, you are not changing anything particular. For example, you are not going to change to change start date, finish date, duration, who is going to work. You're just organizing them. To show you that, I'm going to grid view, and I will add another column which will be called bucket. So here you can see that task 1 of phase 1 is design, task 2 of phase 1 is development, task 3 of phase 1 is testing, and phase 1 of complete is design. Or I can put I can put here milestones. And I can put phase 1 completed as milestones. So in a group milestone, and I will see what do I have in design, in development, in testing, and milestones. So if I want to see all my milestones for phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 34, whatever, I can go just simply to the board, and I can have a look at the milestones column. So basically, when you create buckets, you are putting your tasks in some logical structure. In my example, those logical structures are design, development, testing, milestones. But by doing that, you are not assigning different resources. You are not doing anything with particular tasks, just group them. If you want, for example, see what is that task 3 of phase 1, I'm not aware what is it. I can just click on that, and here I can do whatever I want. I can go to, let's say, task 1, and I can say, oh, it's not late, it's finished. And I will say it's 100% finished here. And when I click here, you will see that this task has strike through, so it is finished, and it is moved to the completed column. So when I open here, I can see all my tasks in design, which are completed. Or if I hide it, I will see that I have nothing to design in my current project. Okay, so if there now I show you how I can put, for example, progress. If I put progress here, I put 100%. If I go to the timeline, I will see that this is also finished. I can see it's marked blue. But I know that task 2 is going to be late. I just can move it here, and I will say it will start here. I'm putting a constraint, and this task will start a little bit later. I can also here say, okay, oh, what's going on? Whoa, Mary and Ellen are supposed to work 32 hours. I will say, okay, they have completed 16 hours, but remaining hours, they should work another, not 16, but let's say 24 hours. So I can do whatever I want. I can say Mary and Ellen worked already on a task to 16 hours, but the remaining hours are not 16 hours, but 24 hours. So the total hours is going to be, let's say, 40 hours now, 16 plus 24, on which 16 are already completed, 24 are not, and that's it. And I can do it here. Or I can just go here and I can say, okay, this task is 100% completed, and it will be marked as completed as well. Okay, and that's basically is it. Is it? Oh, I can show you a lot of another examples, but what I'm going to show you now, it's how it is connected with power-ups. Because if you can see here, I will create another project, new blank project, and I will see here, when I go to Untitled Project, that you can see here calendar. I will say project number 2. You can see there is no calendar here. So basically, I will now erase it because this was just for example. Basically, there is from 9 to 5 default calendar. But let's say that I want to create a calendar from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. I can do it, but not via Microsoft Project. So I'm going to click here and I'm going to Dynamics 365. When I go to Dynamics 365, which when you have project for the web, you will have this one. You will have, someone asked me, should I have a subscription for Dynamics 365? No. No for this part. I'm going to choose project. First of all, if I go to the project, I see project, wow, I can see my project here. I can see the start date, the finish date, the earlier start date, the effort, total effort which must be done, the effort completed, which are already completed, the percentage of completeness of my project. I can click here. I can have also, sorry, I didn't click. I can see which template, calendar template is used. This is default. This, which is estimate start date, end date, or I can open it in project as well. I'm not going to do that because if I click on the open in project, I will have the same picture which I already showed you, but I'm going to show you how it is a little bit complicated, how to create a calendar template. For calendar template, first of all, if I want a template, you can see all my resources are here because automatically when you assign resource to your project, it will be here. It will show here. It will be shown here. When you add a new assignment to anyone, if I have David and if I assign David to a task, whichever it might be, David will be shown up here. But I have to make a calendar template from 10 to 6 p.m. So for that purpose, first of all, I should create a new resource. I will say that this resource is generic resource because I don't need a real resource. You should be very aware of which is your time zone. Don't make a mistake here, because if you mix time zones, you will have big tasks. So they should start in one day and finish in another day just because they belong in two different time zones. So I will say, since I live in Zagreb, Croatia, that generic resource, which its name is, I will say, generic resource from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. and I will create this resource in my time zone, and I will say save and close. Now I have a generic resource, okay, and I'm going to select this resource. Sorry, I make a mistake. I will just click here, and I will say here, show work hours. And I will say, okay, now I'm going to create work hours. There is default from 9 to 5, but I will say, no, I want new working hours. So I'm going to say that this will start, let's say from the beginning of this year, from January 1st, and it will be from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. That will repeat every single day from Sunday to Saturday. But since my work week will exclude Sunday and Saturday, I will exclude Saturday and Sunday. I will say that this is on my time zone, and I will say from 1st of January this year, working time for this generic resource is going to be from 10 to 6, which is shown here, from 10 to 6 from Monday to Friday. I will save it. And I will now save here and close it. Now I have generic resource, which I can also select and say set calendar. And he will ask me if I have a template. I have not. So when I create a generic resource with my specific work time from 10 to 6, I should leave the project and go to settings. And I will see calendar templates here. And I will say, I will create new template, and I will say template from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. I can put some description here, and I will say I will use working time for this template from generic resource. So this template will inherit working time from my generic resource, which is from 10 to 6. And I will say save, and I will close, and I will go now to my project, and I will show you something. When I use my first project, you will see in my first project that here I use default work template. If I want to see, for example, one task which will be called example, and I will say it lasts 2 days. It will start, let's say, 3 days, because I need finish date. And I hover the mouse. You will see that this task should start on 14th of September at 9 a.m., which is default starting time, and it should be finished on 16th of September on 5 p.m. But if I want my new template to be in place, I will create my new project, and I will say project with my template. Now I can say also that this will start at 14th, but instead of template default, I will use default work template from 10 to 6. If I click OK now, if I put here that this is okay, and if I say task, which will have duration of 2 days, and if I add a column which is start or finish, I will see, sorry, let's say 3 days, once again 3 days, that this task is going to start, as you can see, at 10 a.m. and this task should be finished at 6 p.m. on 16th. Why? Because I already used template from 10 to 6. And now, what if I assign some resource? I'm going here and I will say, sorry, wrong place to go. I will say that I am going to use my group, and I will say here that I need Alan. Here, Alan is going to work from 9 to 6 because Alan is not aligned to this specific work time. So if you want that this template applies also to your specific resource, you should do one further step in power-ups through the dynamics. I'm going here to the project and go to resources, and I can say Ellen, okay, here Ellen, and I will say set calendar, and I will say Ellen, listen, you are going to work from 10 to 6. And I applied those to Ellen. I can do that for Jim, John, Mary, Nenad, and Peter. I can say set calendar from working template from work template 10 to 6. So now Ellen and Jean and John and everyone will have the same working time. Let me see if it works. I'm going here. I'm going to my new project, my first project. Okay. Okay, project with my template. And I'm going to assign Ellen here. And I will see that it works from 10 now to 6 p.m. because Ellen is going to work from 10 to 6. What I can do, let's say that Jim is supposed to work from just his part-time work, and he's going to work from, let's say, John, from 10 a.m., but only till noon. What I can do here, I can go to my resources, I can choose John, I can say show work hours, and I can say, oh, you, John, your working hours are only from, let's say, from New Year as well, but I can do from ever date I want to whichever date I want. And I will say, you are, John, going to work from 10 to, let's say, noon, which is 12 p.m. 12 p.m. Okay, I will say repeat it every day, not on Sunday, not on Saturday. This is my work time. Okay, my time zone. I will say, okay, remember for John. Now, John is going to work from 10 to 12, from 10 to noon. I'm going back to my project, and now I will show you something. I'm going to use my project with my template. I'm going to create new task. Going to be also 3 days, but I'm going to assign John. And if I put here effort, which is basically how many hours is someone going to work, I will see that since Ellen is working from 10 to 6 each and every day, 3 days multiplied by 8 hours per day, which Ellen is going to spend on this task, is 24 hours. But John is going to work. This task is from 10 to 6, but John is going to work only 2 hours per day. So John will spend 3 days multiplied by 2 hours is 6 hours. So if I add now John here as well, this is going to be 30 hours. Why? Because Ellen is going to work 3 days, 8 hours per day, which is 24 hours, and John is going to work 2 hours per day during those 3 days, which is 6 hours, 24 hours for Ellen, plus 6 hours, 24 hours per Ellen, plus 6 hours for John, makes total effort of 30 hours. So now I can do whatever I want here. I can put how many hours are already spent, how many are remaining, is there some percentage of complete, etc., etc. So basically, this is in the shortest way what you can see and how you can work with Microsoft Project for the Web. Before I let you to, how I'm rude, not let you, before I will be honored by your questions, not let you, I have to make some conclusions, some very important points. If you see here, this is project. This is project which is desktop version. Do not think that project for the web is the same thing like this product, Microsoft Project Desktop, but only for the web. No, you have maybe 3 or 4% max of functionalities which are part of Microsoft Project Desktop version or Project Online in Microsoft Project for the web. Or if I go here in project, you will see that I can go to Project Online. And if I go to Project Online, I hope that it will not ask me, okay, you will see that you have Project Server in cloud, and Project for the web is not extend for this one. This is a brand new product which is beauty. You can do a lot of it, with that, with this product, but you don't have ability to do whatever you can do with Microsoft Project Online or Microsoft Project Client. This is not the same product, and it is not just a Microsoft Project desktop version written for the web. No, this is brand new product. But by the way, Microsoft Project Online here, this one is written on the SharePoint, but this one is not written on the SharePoint. It is written standalone. It is on CDS, etc., etc. It is the brand new technology. So expect new functionalities to be seen each and every week or bi-weekly. With that said, I am project manager, and as you can see, it is 5:45. I spent my 45 minutes, and it's now, I'm not now back to you. So if you have any questions, I will be more than happy to answer. David?
Thank you, Nenad. Thanks a lot. Does anyone have a question?
Okay, Schmidt. Schmidt has a question.
Everybody hears me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much. My question is, how can you integrate this in Microsoft Teams, if at all possible? is it possible to link a project with a channel or a team?
Yes, it is. You can do it. It depends on your tenant. Few weeks before, you will be able to do this by, let's say you have new project, okay, and now sorry, you can go to, let's say, project win template. You can take this one and create, channel via web. But from few weeks ago, it is also native application, so you can just choose it like a planner, like a OneNote, like whatever you want, and just add it to your team channel. And you will have all possibilities which you have. So basically, I don't know if I can show you here. No, I cannot show you here, because if I will switch on another channel, my channel, I will lose this connection. So, but basically, believe me, it was introduced generally in last few weeks that it exists, and during those teams you can easily, with those teams you can easily add the is as application. If it's not on your tenant yet, it will be soon, because they are rolling it out.
Okay. Because we also heard of tasks in team, which is supposed to be rolling out, and at the same time, I mean, we're checking so far which project management tool we would like to use for our team, and we studied,
you are considering using project for the web or Microsoft. When you say tasks, what do you mean? To do?
It's the, so apparently the to-do task is going to be released for Microsoft Teams, where you can add where you can create shared lists of tasks with a member of a channel. And we thought it would be maybe a good start with like the shared to-do, instead of straight going to project for the web, because it's too complex so far.
I will tell you, if you consider that, be aware that you are talking about two 100% different products. To-do list is what I'm using it each and every day. If you can see my screen, I will now show you. I don't know. Okay. Now I am going to hide, and now I'm going to share this one.
Sorry if the question is too general.
No. You can see my to-do list. Okay. You can see my private tasks.
Not yet. My screen is black so far. Yeah, it's coming. Okay, so this is the one I know, indeed.
I'm using it every single day, but this is not, now I'm going to switch to another screen. This is not even similar with Microsoft Project. Microsoft Project is to assign tasks, to make a relationship, dependency on tasks. On Microsoft To Do is just a task list. If you use, I used before To Do, I used Wunderlist. I hope you heard about it.
Yeah.
So this is Wunderlist was bought by Microsoft, and then they made their own To Do application. But this is not the same product. I'm not suggesting that you are going to jump on the Microsoft project as immediately, but be aware those projects, those two products are, let's say, they should be embedded one by another, but they are not the same product. So it depends on what you do, how you wanted to do it, how you wanted to track it, then you will choose the right tool. But both of them are available in Microsoft Teams or if they are not yet, they will be in a week or two, because Microsoft announced that they are rolling that out.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Oh, you're more than welcome. Is there any other question?
I have another question.
Okay.
also about this task thing. Like in To-Do, currently tasks from Planner and but also tasks from Outlook are aggregated. Is there also like a plans that project like tasks from projects for the web are show up in To-Do?
Well, I'm MVP, so I cannot tell you what is going to be next, which is not public yet. But I strongly believe that they will integrate Microsoft Project for the web with Teams, because if you look at here at the board or those buckets, what is that? This is Planner. This is nothing but the Planner. Okay.
Yeah.
So what you suggest is that you can have in one single place all, let's say my first project, which is here, to have your board with your already existed planner and with your existing to-do tasks. I hope that they will integrate that, because it's much difficult for now to have one set of tasks in your planner, another set of tasks or same task in Microsoft Project for the web, and then also that on to-do list. Yeah, I hope that they will integrate that, so I can approach all those three tools from any tool. So for example, from Microsoft Project for the web to the to-do to the planner and vice versa.
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
And if I may just add a point, if you still hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Yes.
I can hear you.
There are some articles on internet talking about the tasks app that is rolling out in Teams.
Task app for the Teams is To Do.
But okay, is To Do, but this is something where you can share it, because that's basically what we are looking at. We're a team of, let's say, 10 people within the department, and I just want to assign specific small tasks to people, but not launch like a proper project management tool with resources and things. And apparently the task app, which will be soon available within Microsoft Teams, is now called, like they say on this article on the Microsoft website, that the app name will initially appear as Planner, but then it kind of changes into a task by Planner and To Do. So it's very confusing, and I don't know where this project stands, because like in our company we want to.
Project is project.
Project is project, and it has nothing to do with task.
Yeah.
By Planner and To Do. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So basically, if you look, I'm now looking at this particular moment. I'm looking in my to-do list, and I see that I can assign tasks to anyone. So I can invite someone, so whatever. So basically, we discussed that it is, as you told, it is much more confused, because you have To Do, which is called in Teams Planner, which is basically tasks, but you can call it tasks and not Planner. I mean, I don't know why they don't stick to one single name. If it is To Do, it's To Do whenever you open it, wherever you open it, even in Teams or in your desktop or whatever. Yeah, but basically tasks are going to be, task application for Teams is something which is also called To Do. And I am preparing a new webinar. I didn't tell that yet to David. I didn't have a time, about one brand new project which came out public last let's say 2 weeks ago, which is called Microsoft Lists.
Ah, the list, yeah. So this is, yeah, indeed, exciting project.
Yeah.
It's difficult to understand the difference between all together, but it's
yeah, it is. It is a little bit confused because you have a lot of different tools which are making the same thing on different way. But that's Microsoft, of course. They are multiplying those products.
Okay, thank you for the time. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, don't be sorry. Is there any other question? David?
I guess not. Hey, Nenad, thank you very much for that introduction. I'm a bit disappointed that Projects for the Web is not yet available on my tenant, but I will sure test it out as soon as it gets deployed or rolled out there. It was a very a cool session, a great introduction about this new product. And yeah, if you want to do another speech, just let me know. It'd be great. Yeah. Thanks a lot and have a nice evening, guys. See you.
Hey, have a nice evening and goodbye.
Bye-bye.